So Chris, you talked about listening to different music, particularly rock music, and we've talked about mental health and feeling that music definitely has a lot to do with our mental health. You've talked about coming here to Plymouth Music Zone for sessions. Do you want to say anything about that?
I said that I'll come here and I'll bring getting what I could do. I'll bring get on I'll bring get on what I could do.
So it's helped you get out of
what I could do.
Your angry thoughts.
Yeah.
So this helps.
It's fucking amazing.
It's fantastic to hear that, Chris. So it definitely has an effect.
Yeah. Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, so much, and thank you for sharing that with people who are going to watch this and have a think about what music means to them too. Thank you, Chris. Yay.
My name's Jasmine and I attend Moving Sounds at PMZ.
Fantastic. Now I've popped in this afternoon and asked the group a few questions to kind of help us think about Mental Health Week this week. And you very kindly said you'd have a little chat with me.
That's totally fine.
And my question to you was, do you think music has a bearing on your mental health?
100%. 100%.
And you said some really interesting things about how that you can take yourself into a safe space or something to listen to music. And you described the feeling as like a volcano. I just loved your description. Could you say what you meant?
Basically, when I get mad, I describe it as a volcano or a bottle of Coke. So if you do the whole like Mentos experiment where you put Mentos in a bottle of Coke, you screw the lid on, you sellotape it shut so none of the air bubbles can get out, and then shake it, and it just kind of explodes everywhere, and you literally have no control over what happens next.
Yeah.
Taking myself into that safe space wherever it may be, turning my music on full blast and just doing my own thing is just a way to kind of safely get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense whatsoever.
It absolutely does. So there's something about music that does that that's different from other ways of releasing tension.
I can talk to somebody, whoever it may be, and they can ask a question and they'll be like, so why do you feel like that? But my brain and the way it works doesn't always kind of click with what people are saying, so I'm like, I don't know, and I'll literally have no idea. But later on then I'll be like, oh, maybe that was it, but I can't tell the person what's wrong, if that makes sense.
Yeah, words don't always help, do they?
For me, no. So doing something like PMZ and Moving Sounds, literally doing something which is a distraction in a way, kind of gets it out safely rather than talking about it.
Completely understand. Yeah, and with this particular group, because you've got people who have loads of different experiences going on, like you've said, you've come in with all different things that you're thinking about, So you think that coming here and with the people being together in the way that you all are with each other is, and the music itself and the music making, tell me about how that might affect people. What have you seen today, for example?
Well, today, for example, obviously everybody's said how they kind of get affected, and obviously music affects them and stuff like that. So obviously hearing everybody's stories and coming into Moving Sounds, you kind of like a big close-knit support group of each other, so you're kind of helping each other if they need it and stuff like this. And obviously if people need a hand with the music and stuff, then you can give them a hand in that. And seeing others kind of coping with their issues in a safe way, like I said just now, is really, really good to actually see.
Absolutely. And that sometimes happens with musical instruments themselves, and obviously with movement in this group.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic, and I really wanted to thank you for being so honest. And I think if you could send one last little message to people about music and mental health, what might it be?
If you find music helps, use it. Don't just dismiss it and be like, oh no, I'll try it for a little bit. If you find that's your thing that helps, and it really, really helps, use it to your advantage and don't let it go.
I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Yaz. You're a star.
That's all right.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers.